Hello and welcome. I'm Chris from Learnry, and in this video we are going to be taking a look at the JavaScript switch statement. In JavaScript you can use multiple if-else-if statements, as we've seen in one of the previous videos, to perform a multi-way branch. But however, this is not always the best solution, especially when all the branches depend on the value of a single variable. So starting from JavaScript 1.2, you can now use a switch statement which basically handles exactly this situation we are talking about, and it does it so efficiently than repeated if-else-if statements. So in essence, the switch statement basically evaluates an expression, matching the expression's value to a case clause, and then executing statements associated with that particular case, as well as statements in cases that follow the matching case. Let me start by saying that the objective of a switch statement is to give an expression to evaluate and several different statements to be executed based on the value of the expression. So the interpreter checks each case against the value of the expression until a match is found, and if nothing matches, a default condition will be used instead. Also, the break statement in a case indicates the end of a particular case, and if the break statement is omitted, then the interpreter would continue executing each statement in each of the following cases. So let's head over to our code editor for a demonstration. Okay, so as always, I have my Google Chrome browser open on the left hand side, and on the right hand side I have my Visual Studio Code. Okay, so let's start off by creating a new variable. So let's say let, and we are going to call the variable name, and this is going to have the value of that for now. Let's end this with a semicolon. Then now let's create our switch statement, and we are going to do that using the switch keyword. So we are going to have switch, and we are going to be switching based on the name that is supplied. So I'm going to pass in name, the name variable, and we are basically going to have our opening and closing curly brackets. Now inside the opening and closing curly brackets is where we are going to have all our cases. So the first case we are going to have is a case where the name supplied is equal to, let's say, Bill Gates, and we are basically going to end this with a colon. So let's go down here. We are going to have a console.log statement. Now inside here we are simply going to log the name that is passed, and also we'll add this line of text to whatever name that is passed. So I'm going to say is the founder of Microsoft, if I can spell this. So let's end this with a semicolon, and we are going to go down here, and finally we are going to have a break statement. So break and then a semicolon. Then I'm just basically going to copy all this, and I'm going to paste it below, and we're going to change this name to Steve Jobs, and I'm also going to change is the founder of Apple. Then let's come down here, and we're going to have a default. So let's have a colon again, and we are going to have a console.log, and we are simply going to log this name is maybe unknown. So let's have unknown, and we're going to end it with a semicolon, and that should do it. So let's go and then see if we can understand what we've written. So we have created a variable called name. The value stored inside it currently is that, and we are going to use our switch statement to switch between these cases. So the first case we have is a case where the value of the name variable is equal to Bill Gates, and when that is true, we are simply going to log the name and also this string of text which says that is the founder of Microsoft. So for example, if actually we passed Bill Gates as a name to the name variable, then it is going to match up with the first case, and once it matches up with the first case, then inside our console we are going to have Bill Gates is the founder of Microsoft printed. Now the moment the first case is executed, because of this break statement, the program is simply going to break out of the switch statement. But if the first case is not matched, or if the value inside the name variable doesn't match up with the first case, then it will move over to the second case, and if that doesn't match, then it will finally come to the default statement, or the default case if you like. So if we save this, we are going to get this name is unknown because the value inside the name variable is that, and that is not the same thing as Bill Gates, neither is it the same as Steve Jobs. So it will simply go to the default case, and it is simply going to run any piece of code in there. So if I save this, and then we are going to reload our browser again. So let's open this, and now let's hit F12 to go to our console, and I'm going to clear all this. So again, let's save. Now we can see that the console says that this name is unknown, and that is because the value we have passed to the name variable is that doesn't match with the first case, because the first case has to do with a situation where the value is Bill Gates. That doesn't match up. And the second case is also a situation where the value inside the name variable is Steve Jobs, which doesn't match up again. So our switch statement will basically go to the default case, and it will run whatever code that is in there. So that is how come the program is saying that this name is unknown. Now let's go to the name variable, and we are going to change that to, let's say, Steve Jobs. And when we save this, now we can see that the program says Steve Jobs is the founder of Apple. If I clear all this and I write Bill Gates, and we save this, now we can see the program says Bill Gates is the founder of Microsoft. But if I change the name, if I take out this Bill and I just leave Gates and save this, you can see it says this name is unknown. So this is how the switch statement works in JavaScript. And as I said earlier on, it is better to use the switch statement anytime you have a single variable and you are going to be doing your evaluations based on that particular single variable. So guys, I guess that is going to be all for this video, and if you enjoy these videos that I create, I urge you to click on the subscribe button because it encourages me to create more of these kinds of videos. And if you have any comments at all about this video, I urge you to leave it in the comment section below. Bye for now, and I'll see you in the next video.